Russia claims one of its ships chased a U.S. Navy warship out of its territorial waters. The incident took place in the Sea of Japan, also known as the East Sea, which is surrounded by Japan, Russia, and the Koreas. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, its Pacific Fleet destroyer, Admiral Vinogradov, used an international communications channel to warn the U.S. ship about the possibility of using ramming to get the intruder out of territorial waters. The Russian Federation's statement about this mission is false, said a spokesperson for the U.S. Navy's 7th Fleet, Lieutenant Joe Keiley. USS John S McCain was not expelled from any nation's territory. He said the U.S. would never bow in intimidation or be coerced into accepting illegitimate maritime claims such as those made by the Russian Federation. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why Russian Admiral Vinogradov warship had no chance against USS John S McCain. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by the free-to-play military vehicle combat game War Thunder. We talk a lot about military vehicles on this channel, but what about trying them out for yourself? In War Thunder, you can choose from more than 1,200 playable vehicles from the 1930s to the 1990s and go to battle on more than 80 theaters of war. You can fly aircraft, helicopters, drive tanks, and command ships of all types and sizes, which have been carefully recreated from their real-world counterparts. It's available as a free download on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. So grab your friends and give it a try. All viewers of Defense Updates that register using the link in the description below will also get a free premium tank, aircraft, or ship and 3 days of premium account time as a bonus. Russia claims that it has sovereignty over the area that spans beyond 12 miles or 19.31 kilometer mark from the Russian coastline that's guaranteed by international law. This is a Soviet-era position. The United States does not recognize Russia's claims on the area. The incident took place while USS McCain was conducting what the U.S. Navy calls a Freedom of Navigation Operation, FONOP. U.S. Navy stated McCain asserted navigational rights and freedoms in the vicinity of Peter the Great Bay in the Sea of Japan. It added the 106 nautical mile closing line at the mouth of the bay is inconsistent with the rules of international law as reflected in the Law of the Sea Convention. FONOPs are conducted to make the point such waters can be traveled by anyone, including the U.S. Navy. Such operations are also regularly conducted by the U.S. Navy in the South China Sea to challenge China's overreaching claims. Russia's Ministry of Defense claims USS John S McCain retreated after the ramming threat was conveyed by Admiral Vinogradov, while the U.S. Navy says it simply left the area after the challenge was complete. This is not the first time such an incident has occurred. In early June 2019, Admiral Vinogradov maneuvered dangerously close to the U.S. Navy cruiser USS Chancellorsville in the Pacific, risking a collision at sea. The Russian vessel came within 100 feet of the U.S. vessel as it was attempting to recover a helicopter. Admiral Vinogradov is a Udaloy-class warship. The Udaloy class, Russian designations Project 1155 Frigate and Project 1155-1 Frigate M, are a series of anti-submarine guided missile destroyers built for the Soviet Navy, 7 of which are currently in service with the Russian Navy. 12 ships were built between 1980 and 1991, while the 13th ship, built to a modified design known as Udaloy II class, followed in 1999. They complement the Sovremenny class destroyers in anti-aircraft and anti-surface warfare operations. Admiral Vinogradov is powered by 2 DT-59 16.7 gas turbines generating 120,000 horsepower or 89.456 megawatts. The warship has a speed of 40 miles per hour or 65 kilometers per hour, and a range of 12,100 miles, or 19,400 kilometers. Admiral Vinogradov has a wide era of weaponry, which includes 2 AK-100 100mm naval guns, 8 2x4 metal NATO reporting name, SSN-14 Silex anti-submarine anti-ship missiles, 64 8x8 VLS cells for SA-N9 Gauntlet surface-to-air missiles, 24 4x6 30mm AK-630 CIWS, 2 21km AA guns, 8 2x4 533mm torpedo tubes for Type 53 or Type 65 torpedoes, 24 2x12 RBU 6000 anti-submarine rocket launchers. Apart from these, it can accommodate 2 Ka-27 series helicopters. USS John S McCain is an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer in the United States Navy. Arleigh Burke-class warships were designed as multi-mission destroyers capable of anti-aircraft warfare (AAW), anti-submarine warfare (ASW), and anti-surface warfare (ASUW). USS John S McCain, being an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer, is among the largest destroyers built in the United States. It has an overall length of 509 feet, or 155 meters, and a displacement of about 9,200 tons. USS John S McCain is powered by 4 General Electric LM2500-30 gas turbines producing 100,000 horsepower, 75 megawatts, that drives 2 shafts. It has a speed of 30+ knots, or 55+ kilometers per hour, and a range of 4,400 nautical miles, or 8,100 kilometers. USS John S McCain is very well equipped and is designed to be a multi-weapons platform. It has in total 96-cell Mark 41 vertical launch system (VLS), divided into 2 blocks of 32 and 64 cells. These can be configured with the combination of weapons, which includes RIM 161A, SM-2ER Block 4 for anti-aircraft and anti-ship role, SM-3 for ballistic missile defense, ESSM for the anti-missile role, SM-6 for anti-air and anti-ship warfare, Tomahawk for land attack, and VL ASROC for anti-submarine missile. It also has 2 Mark 141 Harpoon missile launchers for anti-ship role, 2 Mark 32 triple torpedo tubes are present, launching Mark 46 or Mark 50 torpedoes. 2 MH-60R Seahawk LAMPS 3 helicopters are also accommodated for anti-submarine warfare. Other than these, it's equipped with a long-range naval gun and multiple close-in weapon systems. The Udalov class are generally considered the Soviet equivalent of the American Spruance class destroyers. There are variations in SAM and air research radar among units of the class. Based on the Krivec class, the emphasis on anti-submarine warfare left these ships with limited anti-surface and anti-air capabilities. In a confrontation, anti-ship capability will be the deciding factor. Metal, or SSN-14 Silex, which has the dual role of anti-submarine and anti-ship warfare, is a weapon designed in the 1960s, and it had entered service in 1969. It has a range of only 56 miles, or 90 kilometers. While Russia has developed several high-end anti-ship missiles like supersonic BrahMos and P-800 Onyx and hypersonic Zircon, Admiral Vinogradov is not equipped with those. USS John S McCain has Harpoon missiles, as well can deploy SM-6 for anti-ship warfare, both of which are much more advanced and have better range. These sensors in the USS John S McCain are also much more capable. So Technically, Admiral Vinogradov will be at a massive disadvantage in a one-on-one battle with USS John S McCain. There's no reason for USS John S McCain to be intimidated by Admiral Vinogradov, and hence the Russian assertion of driving away the warship seems like propaganda. Actually, in a confrontation, Admiral Vinogradov will have no chance against USS John S McCain.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.